In this video, you will learn why grounding is such an important tool in psychosis recovery. I used to struggle with recurring psychosis in a span of multiple years, and I fully recovered medication-free, and I'm now here to guide others alongside my lived experience, plus information from experts on the topic, such as Jim Van Oz, many more. So let's get started. If you've experienced psychosis or support someone that has, you might notice that often the focus is on the symptoms themselves in terms of thoughts or beliefs. Less attention is given to something really important: the body, the nervous system. So grounding means feeling safe in your body, feeling present in your body, feeling connected to the here and now. Because your nervous system is basically a threat detection system, grounding is a tool to let your system know, hey, I'm not in danger. And this matters deeply because from a nervous system perspective, psychosis is an extreme state of overwhelm. So modern experts of psychosis speak about psychosis not as a brain disease, but as a human response to something overwhelming like stress, trauma. From that lens, psychosis isn't something comes out of the blue. It's a system that has lost its anchor. And grounding is one of the tools to help rebuild that anchor. The nervous system, its primary job is to keep you safe. And when the nervous system is chronically activated, either in the hypoarousal or hyperarousal response, it's more often focused on surviving. And from my experience, people who experience psychosis are often stuck in one of the responses and have a very narrow window of tolerance, meaning you hang out in either one of the states a lot more than being, centered, calm. So if we only focus on thoughts and beliefs, but we ignore the nervous system, we're basically trying to build a house on unsteady ground. Grounding can be one of the tools that can help the nervous system move from alarm, stress, there's something going on, the heightened state, or the numb state of, oh, I really want to do something, but I can't, I'm tired, like that. Moved more to, hey, I'm okay, I'm safe, I feel okay. And from that place of safety, recovery can easily unfold. An important note here is that grounding is not about controlling or forcing yourself to calm down or suppressing experiences. So if you feel at any time when you try this that it does come from a place of force, I'd like to invite you to come down from that. Try to soften your focus and see if you can maybe move gently back into it from a more gentle attitude. This whole process is about befriending your body, and I've really learned that recovery is not about eliminating experiences. It makes sense to kind of want that, like, hey, I want to get rid of my anxiety, or I want to get rid of that numbness, I want to get rid of this. It makes so much sense, and it's very human. And with learning how to respond rather than to fix, we can relate to those feelings differently. And that, as paradoxically as it might feel, can eventually make those feelings process, the symptoms and feelings can ease down. I'm a very firm believer of healing being multifaceted, meaning grounding is one of the great tools you could have, but it's not going to fix everything, but it can be a great tool, to add to that foundation of recovery, and creating more stability, more choice, more space, more space internally. So I also wanted to talk about why grounding is often missing in treatments. That is because unfortunately many mental health systems still focus a lot on diagnosis, medication, symptom reduction. And of course, that can be so important and helpful as a part of recovery. But the body is then often overlooked. But you cannot talk a nervous system into safety. Safety is felt, it's experienced. And that's why I think it's really important, that it's a part of someone's recovery journey whether that's big or small. So let's get to the practical side of the video. So for this part of the video, I'm taking you outside and we're gonna ground together here. It doesn't have to be outside. Grounding is a very accessible tool that you can basically do anywhere, even from your bed. But I thought it might be really fun to do a grounding exercise together outside. So let's start with looking. I see myself. I see a lot of grass. And I see a small house behind me. And let's have a listen. I hear some birds and some really soothing music. Maybe a little bit of wind. And you might notice a small sense of ease right now, and that's a skill you can build and expand over time. This is a tool you can add in your toolbox of regulation skills. If at any point this exercise feels very forceful, or if at any point you feel like you have to force grounding, I really recommend to take a step back. Forcing things is often unhelpful. If this video has been helpful for you, please like and subscribe. And I also have a guide available if you need more clarity or personal guidance in your path of recovery. It's on Amazon, Psychosis Recovery 101. Let me know in the comments how this exercise was for you.